You've heard these songs so many times, in action scenes, romantic slow-mo moments, even in funny commercials. But if someone asked you the name of the track, you'd probably draw a blank. That's the magic of 80s rock. These songs didn't just stay in the 80s, they became part of the soundtrack of everything. You hear them in movie trailers, on TV, and viral videos, and they hit you with that weird feeling. I know this, but I can't remember what it's called. Well, today's the day you finally connect the dots. We're going through 10 iconic rock songs from the 1980s that are still playing all around us in 2025. I guarantee at least one of them will hit you so hard you'll go, "Oh wow, I remember this. This one's a classic." Let's dive in. The second you hear that guitar riff, you're in a boxing ring, or at the gym, or running upstairs, Rocky style. Eye of the Tiger is one of those songs that instantly makes you feel like the underdog, ready to rise. It was written for Rocky III back in 1982, and from that moment, it became the sound of determination. But here's the thing, even if you've never seen the movie, you've definitely heard the song. It's in commercials, sports promos, workout playlists, training montages, even animated parodies. It shows up when someone's getting serious, pushing through, or proving something. And you don't even need to hear the lyrics, just the intro alone is enough to make people sit up straighter. It's become so universal that people forget it's even tied to one specific movie. It's not just a soundtrack song, it is the energy of the 80s. And the next track, it's got that same electric power, but with a twist. This one takes you straight into the danger zone. You don't just hear this one, you feel it. That opening synth hits, the guitar slides in, and suddenly you're flying an F-14 Tomcat at 600 miles an hour. Danger Zone is forever tied to Top Gun, and even though the original movie dropped in 1986, this song has never really left. It's used in trailers, spoof scenes, car commercials, even food delivery ads. Anytime someone needs to feel intense, slick, and just a little over the top, this track gets the call. And Kenny Loggins, the guy basically became the king of the 80s soundtrack. But this song is the one that struck the hardest. It brings instant adrenaline, even if you're just microwaving pizza. Most people recognize the hook instantly, but can't name the artist or title unless they're huge 80s fans. That's what makes it perfect for this list. But next up is a completely different kind of anthem, not action-packed, but emotional, nostalgic, and surprisingly powerful. This one doesn't come at you with guitars or speed. Instead, it hits you right in the feels. Don't You Forget About Me is one of the most iconic tracks of the 80s, and it's not just because of its melody. It became legendary the moment it played over the final scenes of The Breakfast Club. That freeze frame, fist in the air, this is the song behind it. Since then, it's been used in everything from high school flashbacks to reflective commercials to modern-day shows trying to capture that bittersweet youth feeling. It's not flashy, it's familiar. Even if you don't know the lyrics, the hey, 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 hey part just sneaks into your brain. And yet most people couldn't tell you who sang it, or even what it's called. That's how deep it's buried into pop culture. But don't worry, we're not staying in memory lane too long. The next track is loud, fun, and made to make you move. This is the sound of pure 80s fun. From the moment it kicks in, Footloose makes you want to tap your feet, nod your head, or just go full dance mode. Released in 1984 for the movie of the same name, it became an instant party anthem, and decades later it's still doing the same thing. You'll hear it in dance scenes, wedding videos, family movie trailers, even grocery store ads. It's got that perfect mix of upbeat rhythm and carefree attitude that makes it work in almost any feel-good moment. And let's be honest, even if you can't name the artist, the chorus is impossible not to sing along with. Kenny Loggins strikes again, and the song's longevity proves that sometimes all people want is a reason to cut loose. But while Footloose gets you moving, the next track is a full-blown cinematic experience. Drama, energy, and a voice you won't forget. If the 80s had a soundtrack for saving the world in slow motion, this would be it. Holding Out for a Hero is loud, dramatic, and totally over the top in the best way. Originally released in 1984, it became the go-to song for action-packed montages, rescue scenes, and any moment where something big is about to go down. And that's exactly how it's still used today. You'll hear it in trailers, TV shows, animated movies, and even parody sketches. It's been revived so many times that people know the vibe of the song better than the name itself. That galloping beat and Bonnie Tyler's powerhouse vocals just scream urgency and excitement. And let's be real, when it hits, it makes everything feel like a final boss fight. Next, we're switching gears completely. The upcoming track is weird, low-key, and kind of hilarious, but you've definitely heard it. You might not know the name, you might not know the band, but the moment this song plays, you absolutely know the sound. Oh Yeah by Yellow is one of the most instantly recognizable tracks of the 80s, not because of lyrics or melody, but because of vibe. That deep, almost cartoonish voice, the slow beat, the "oh yeah" echoing through your speakers, it became comedy gold. It was immortalized in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and since then, it's been used in everything from fast food commercials to iconic luxury product ads. It pops up whenever a movie or show wants to signal something smooth, ridiculous, or totally over the top in a self-aware way. It's not your typical rock song, but it became a pop culture reference that still shows up everywhere. And chances are you've heard it dozens of times without ever knowing who made it. Now, let's turn the volume back up. The next song is a rock power ballad that hits with pure emotion.
You're the only one to say.
This is one of those songs that starts soft, almost like a lullaby, and then builds into something huge. Released in 1984, Sister Christian is a classic power ballad that's been used in movies, TV shows, and emotional scenes for decades. You'll hear it during slow-motion montages, coming-of-age moments, or whenever something dramatic's about to hit. It's the kind of song that sneaks up on you. And that chorus, "Your motorin'," just sticks in your head. The track balances tenderness with that full-on 80s rock explosion at the end, and that contrast is what gives it staying power. It showed up in movies like Boogie Nights and even parodied in comedies, but every time it plays, there's that same quiet moment of recognition. You've definitely heard it, even if you couldn't name it. But now it's time to shift back into high gear. The next track is pure adrenaline, and it doesn't hold back.
Some feelings never die.
This one feels like a movie because it is. No Easy Way Out was burned into everyone's memory during one of the most emotional scenes in Rocky IV. It plays during a driving montage after a major turning point in the film, and the emotion just pours out. But even outside the movie, the song has become a go-to for moments of intensity, reflection, or grit. You'll hear it in modern TV dramas, action movie trailers, and motivational edits all over the internet. It's got that perfect blend of synth-heavy drama and full-throttle rock vocals that scream 1980s in the best way. And while a lot of people recognize the sound, most couldn't name the artist if you paid them. That's exactly why it fits on this list. Next up, a song that's way more upbeat but just as unforgettable. It's tied to one of the biggest movie franchises of all time.
You home at night. Don't need money.
The second this one kicks in, it's like flipping a switch straight back to the 80s. The power of love is energetic, feel-good rock at its best, and it owes a lot of its legacy to one film, Back to the Future. Released in 1985, it became the theme song of Marty McFly's entire journey. But it didn't stop there. Since then, it's shown up in commercials, nostalgia-driven playlists, family movies, basically anything that wants to capture that classic upbeat 80s magic. Huey Lewis and the News had a bunch of hits, but this one just feels like pop culture gold. It's polished, catchy, and full of charm, even if most people just call it that Back to the Future song. And for the final song on this list, we're closing things out with one of the most emotional, over-the-top tracks ever used in a movie scene. You'll know it as soon as it plays. If there's one song that can instantly bring a scene to mind, it's this one, The Lift. The final dance, the slow build into that unforgettable chorus. Time of My Life is the heart and soul of Dirty Dancing, and its emotional impact hasn't faded a bit since 1987. You don't need to be a fan of the movie to recognize it. This track has been used in countless parodies, commercials, talent shows, and big reveal moments. It's the musical equivalent of a full circle ending. Powerful, nostalgic, and just a little cheesy in the best possible way. It's the kind of song that brings people together. That final swell, it hits every time. Even people who can't name the artist can sing the chorus without missing a beat, and honestly, that's what makes it unforgettable. It's funny how music works, isn't it? You can go years without hearing a song, then the second it plays, you're right back there. A moment, a feeling, a time when life felt a little different. Some of these songs were the soundtrack to our weekends, our first cars, late night movies, or just the background to everyday life. And even now, all these years later, they still find their way back to us in the most unexpected places. If one of these tracks stirred up a memory for you or reminded you of a song we didn't mention, share it in the comments. I'd love to hear the stories these songs bring back. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe. We've got more memories to dust off.